What's up, everybody? It's Kid Crypto, and I'm back. It has been a while since I've made my last video. Do want to apologize for that. Life has been kind of interesting. Started a new job. Thankfully, it's remote and something I love, so do want to apologize there, but also thank y'all for your time and patience. It's allowed me to get situated. Now I have much more time, so I'm going to be investing more time in these types of videos. So hopefully y'all enjoy these. But since my last video, there's been a lot of changes in the crypto space. As many of you remember, I'm a big XRP and SHIB fan. I do want to take this time to let you know this video and any of my videos, I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, not here to sway you or anything like that. Got to get that out of the way. But yeah, with XRP, SHIB, and everything, I want to take a deep dive in. I know there's been some frustration around the XRP community, even myself as a longtime holder. Um, but there's some light at the end of the tunnels. We'll look at SHIB later this week. We'll peek at it today. But for today's video, with so many topics around the crypto space, with Bitcoin going and touching 80,000, setting new all-time highs, etc. We're gonna dive into XRP. We're gonna look at a hot topic that many have seen around the XRP community, and that's the XRP ETF. We're gonna see, are we gonna get that in 2025? We're going to also touch base on XRP's private ledger. This is another hot topic. Many in the community have heard about this private ledger. We want to clear the air there. I want to confirm a few things with y'all and, to show you some of the research I've done with the private ledger and what that means and how we can see that in the price action, etc. in the future. Many of y'all heard about Brad Garlinghouse flipping of the switch. I'm going to tell you my interpretation of that. Let me know what y'all think. And then we'll close out and look at something like this, some charting. This will be something at the end that we'll peek at here. And, this is XRP's 30-minute chart here on Bybit. Just, again, it's the weekend, so don't get too fixated on this. CME comes on later today. So typically during the week, it's better with more movement, easier to anticipate. The weekends can be kind of interesting. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive in. So we're going to start with XRP's ETFs. And if y'all remember, we go to the lovely sec.gov's website to check we're going to look for filings, see what's out there, see if XRP's ETF is something we can actually anticipate for the future. To do that, you go to sec.gov. We're going to go to search filings and do a full text search. Under here, you're going to click more options. This will allow you to type XRP in the first search box, and we're just going to click search. And if you remember, it's an S1 filing that we're looking for. So I'm just going to narrow it down on the forms and look at S1s. And this is awesome. This has had me intrigued. My inner circle, I've been calling them, saying, you won't believe, since October 2nd, XRP ETFs applications have been rolling in. We can see Bitwise, Canary. Remember that name? We'll come back and touch base on that. We got 21 shares and currency group. These are the actual filings. So, I advise you go check them out. There's 1,700 references to XRP. I would advise you to go to the table of contents first. Maybe, check out a section first and information you should know, books and records, use of proceeds, etc. It's really intriguing because looking back at Bitcoin's ETFs and then even Ethereum's ETFs, right? The process fast forwarding to now to XRP is so much more sophisticated. They've gotten the templates, they got the fees, they got the process down, ready to go for future cryptos even. So this is awesome. So you can guarantee we will have XRP ETFs by 2025. The reason why I'm guaranteeing that is a few things. One, the applications are flowing in now. Two, even with the current administration, this stream's not going to be political. I'm not here to talk politics. But we know the current administration's been a little rocky with crypto and how they have gone about help trying to regulate or attack the crypto space, right? Um, but the new administration coming in seems to be pro crypto. So getting pro regulation, getting more pro uh, innovative, around the blockchain technology and everything, getting more people in the SEC and the CFTC, as well as anywhere in government, uh, to to see that, crypto is here to stay is beneficial to us, right? So these applications flowing in when the new administration is going to be taking over, getting to look at these, I believe these will be approved early next year. We should see more coming in. I would believe by the end of the year of this year, we'll see more of the hedge funds. We already see Bitwise and 21 shares. Canary, the reason why I bring this up, if y'all remember, if I go here and if you just type Canary ETF into Google, they're the ones who announced back in October that they're bringing Solana's ETFs. They filed for Solana's as well. So that's huge, right? So Canary, if you want to check them out, just search their, Canary Capital, check them out. We're institutional crypto asset trading management via our discretionary risk managed, blah, blah, blah. I'll let y'all go through this. I don't want to bore you reading on stream here, but, it's very interesting because of who they're partnered with in the SEC filing on their S1. If you come down here and go to Canary and look at their registration here, they're filing with CSC Delaware Trust Company. I bring that up for two reasons. Many of you know CSC Global. Excuse me. It's been around since 1899. Okay, here is their website. I'll let you go and look at it. They heavily are involved in real estate. We've heard about tokenization of assets. You can already see the bigger picture here with what they're going to be doing with the ledger, not just moving liquidity in terms of money, assets as well, real world assets, gold, other precious metals, real estate, etc. You see it coming, and this is an example. It's getting set up right in front of our faces. So to the naysayers who say it's going to be going to zero, I beg to differ. The proof is in the pudding. It's showing right now. Yes, it might be a little frustrating when you go to CoinGecko and you see these other coins. I mean, shout out ADA, up 83% on the 7-day. XRP is slowly catching up, 22%. It was up until yesterday. It's funny because yesterday I was talking with some people and we were like, man, XRP is not moving. And then it starts breaking out. And as it's breaking out, I'm texting him like, hey, we were talking about these level to levels, right? Here's the breakout. So XRP is catching up. Shout out Dogecoin up 64%. But here's the thing, XRP's been suppressed. Okay, and we know that. It is not going to be competing with Dogecoin in terms of market cap or USDC or, in my humble opinion, BNB or even Tether. It's going to be competing with Ethereum, Solana, in my opinion as well. Potentially maybe BNB if it's up there. Um, it's because one, its transactions per second ratio to its energy output as well as the fee structure. What I'm saying is it's a three head in one. So the energy it takes to process 1,500 transactions in 1 second or less, as well as charging you less than a penny, no other blockchain can compare. That is why they're testing it for Japan. We're hearing, I mean, you all seen this, Japan's central banks, this is from CoinMarketCap. Japan's central banks officially announced every bank of Japan will adopt XRP by 2025. Well, everyone's like, well, that means they should be buying it. Yeah, they're testing it in the private ledger. Okay, well, that's where we're going to transition here topics. So go explore the ETFs. ETFs are coming. Okay, to the naysayers, it's not going to zero. It's not going to compete with Dogecoin. The catalyst, the real world problem that XRP is solving is too big. Okay, right now it's not efficient for us to send money in large amounts because it takes a long time. The fee structure alone is ridiculous, as well as the wait time. Now, for low energy and fast response to get an asset across the borders to a friend in New York to whatever is instantaneous with XRP's ledger, right? So looking at the private ledger, many of you have heard of this private ledger. We've seen this article come out earlier this year, back in September. Is the digital euro being tested? Yes, digital euro is being tested on the XRP's private ledger. Okay, so that right there, when David Schwartz says XRP's price on the private ledger will eventually reflect on the public ledger, you have to understand what is going on here. The private ledger is a test net, okay? Here's XRP's ledger. Go to xrpl.org. Go look at their faucets. You can see their test net, mainnet like network for testing applications. Do you really think they're going to have Japan's financial institutions, all of these banks that have already come out and said that they're working with XRP, the digital euro? Do you really think they'd put all of that into the mainnet and have it testing in mainnet? No. They're testing it on the private ledger, and there's no secret market out there. There's no secret XRP2 or something. No. There's the test net and the mainnet. What the flip of the switch is, and how the price will reflect, is when that volume of institutions comes over to the public exchanges. If y'all remember, we had the case where the case of the sales on the public exchanges, XRP is an asset, a digital asset. They were questioning the sales to private institutions. So when they're talking of the flip of the switch, when this SEC case, which with the new administration, it could be dismissed, it could be just settled and then dismissed. However, I don't know all the legal proceedings, but we'll let them, but I think it's going to be fast tracked along with the case against Coinbase. You know, all of these things are all huge catalysts for the overall crypto market. But then narrowing down to XRP, when these banks do go live, they do get the green light. That's the flip of the switch. Correct me if I'm wrong, OGers, but when we see that volume go from testnet to mainnet and those banks get the green light, we can go here and we can see that. If anybody's like, no, they're buying, no, you can come here to XRP scan. Many of you have seen this. Come down here and they have this rich list. You can see the top, accounts by XRP balance, and it is still escrow as well as exchanges. Okay, you literally have Binance, Crypto.com, Bitflyer, Qcoin, Coinbase, Gemini, Bybit, etc. You will see Japan's financial institutions, HSBC, the European financial institutions, even America's financial institutions become the main wallet holders. Okay, we just saw XRP's Ledger team launch the self-custody for banks, a new advanced application for the Ledger for them so that they can, manage their assets in a more safer environment as well in their wallets. So that's all being put into test environment for them. That flip of the switch, that volume comes over. Not financial advice, but it's a no-brainer. Go ahead, suppress it, but you're not going to get me to sell my crazy amount of my big bag of XRP because when these banks want it back, they're going to pay a premium. They're not going to get my XRP. It is going to be the central bank's token to move assets, real-world assets. A lot of these, they're looking at Ethereum, a lot of these tokens, Solana as blockchain, they're going to be used for similar purposes. But XRP central bank, they already know the efficiency, the cost. Show me Solana or Ethereum beating XRP on $1 million transaction. You can't do it. So all of that aside, the private ledger is a test net. I wanted to clarify that and clear the air. When you see these price glitches going crazy, again, if you're a high frequency trader and you happen to expose the exchange for their technical glitch and you got to sell it, great. You're a once in a lifetime person. Kudos to you. Very happy. But in reality, that all it is a price glitch. There was no rapid, $2 trillion added to XRP's market price or market cap to increase that price, right? We will see that over time. Okay, the market cap's not going to just reflect cash. Okay, fiat. It's going to reflect when X because if you remember, David Schwartz said, David Schwartz, nothing can move on ledger without XRP. If you remember, he says nothing can move without it. So when you have these assets being tokenized on the ledger and they can't move without XRP, XRP's price will be a combination between fiat and real world assets like gold and real estate. That does give it the potential to be over 100, 200, etc. I see in the short term, by the end of next year, again, I'm not here to predict the futures. We're going to close with that here when we look at the charts. We go level by level, but I could see it pushing $5 to $10. I'm conservative, but I do see a bull run lasting several years, something crypto has not had. I don't think this is going to be a normal bull cycle with the current administration transitioning to a more crypto friendly, and then all of these catalysts, the real USD, the stablecoin, tokenization, Japan's banks, digital euro, the case being dismissed slash settled, whatever that, and Coinbase is as well. Boom. All of these will allow a huge explosion. Uh, if the market makers move that, type of capital over to eat it up. And that's what we want to see. We want to see these institutions coming to the public exchanges, that flip of the switch. It's not going to be 50 cents to 57-cent type jump. 57 cents to $2, $2 to $6, and so on. I'm excited for that. It's coming. Again, the proof is right there. Naysayers, prove me wrong. You can't do it. Shout out SHIB while we're talking here, up 55%. We're going to dive into that this week. Solana, shout out. Everything's looking good. This is CoinGecko. Again, we're sitting above 61. Let's go. Uh, these are things right now. If you aren't too inclined on looking at charts, that's okay. You can stop the stream here. But basically, I just want to dive in. This is something called Exocharts. It's a software for crypto. Allows me to go in here and put my TPO settings in, connect. I can connect to TradingView here. It's going to log me in. This is a more simplistic setting here. You can already see it has my old Fibonacci bands levels here. So looking at this, this is something that if over time y'all want me to make more videos on, let me know. If you remember, I've mentioned I do trading on the side. It's allowed me to make a good income. I like trading Bitcoin as well as altcoins. XRP is something that has done me pretty well. Looking here, when we make these videos and we dive into this, if y'all want a separate stream, we'll go into one, settings, how to draw Fibonacci levels, what the levels mean, the rotations between them, the probabilities. We'll look at stuff like open interest, CVD, you know, um, we'll look at net longs, net shorts, who's underwater, who's not, the delta, how to identify those things and why these data points are important. This allows us to create a probability, a mathematical and logical approach of is it bullish or bearish? Is it going to go up in price and clear a financial imbalance or come down and clear one? What's going on? There's so many factors that we can break it down into layman's terms and go slow and put it into a nice little bucket that people can start identifying, maybe for their long-term spot bags, who knows? There's people with the spot bags who instead of trading, doing a long or a short, they prefer to say, hey, it's pumping, it's up 50%. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to sell 10,000 of my XRP. Oh, look at that. There's a nice 5% retracement. I'm going to buy back in. I just made a little bit. We'll go over all those types of, methods and things. Again, it's not advice. It's just what I'm doing. And if anybody wants to see what it's like, um, we'll dive into that. But again, this is Exocharts. I got XRP here, 30-minute. I'm looking at the time price opportunity, it's called. If I delete these here, those are just fib levels. I'm looking at things here like value area high and value area low. You can see there's multiple candle closes above value area high. There is a sell tail here that it broke up into and it's kind of just sitting. I believe it can, if it breaks through this, that's more bullish. If it starts to retrace here again, let's draw fib levels. Also remember it's the weekend, so there's not, look at volume, look at things like this, okay? You need multiple edges, multiple data points to confirm. Don't just look at one and be like, oh, it's instantly bullish, right? So we'll take our time and dive into these. Shout out Ethereum, it broke above 3,000, it's 32. It's been, it was sitting above value area highs yesterday of 3,000. Now it's now it's just sitting at a point of control, POC as they call it. These are terminology terms that we can also go over. So I'm not going to bore y'all with all of this, especially on a Sunday. We'll look at it more this week when the markets are open, CME's open. The reason why we'll look at it there's usually typically more movement. So, I mean, we do see some good movement on the weekends too, but typically there's more movement during the week. Um, so we'll go ahead and dive into that this week as well, but drop some comments, leave some feedback, let me know what you want to dive into. Just a recap, we went over XRP, why to me it's safe and a sound digital asset put extra money into. Not financial advice, just what I'm doing. Um, and then we dived into the private ledger, confirming that it is a test net. When that volume, that flip of the switch is going to be the volume of the institutions coming over, right? And then we're closing on looking at something like a chart here for XRP, looking, at a value area high, value area low. Where's the point of control? Here's some single prints, right? Why are those important? What do those mean? How does the price react around those, right? Looking at the open interest, looking at the delta between net longs and net shorts. All of that can sound like a foreign language, but we're going to take it slow and break it down. So I want to thank y'all. That was Kid Crypto. I want to thank y'all again for sticking with me through it. I'll be more consistent with videos coming up here in the future. Definitely want to hear back from y'all. Let me know what projects y'all want to look into. Any ones that you want to chart or potentially see, let me know and we'll dive into it. I do want to get into live streams. We'll do some live streams when key data points come out, or key, crypto things going around the crypto world that are big. If there's a huge conference or something, we'll live stream and kind of just look at price action, look at the news, look at what's dropping, and go from there. Love y'all. Until next time, y'all. That's Kid Crypto, and I'm out.